Partners come and go, always with a twirl.
Providing music you will enjoy. JM Production performers will brighten up your stage. Condominiums and residential communities, nightclubs and restaurants that want to provide top quality singers and entertainers for their social events, banquets, celebrations, and their customers use JM Productions to ensure that they have an uplifting and beautiful event. Now, tune in for the show.
Put a smile on everybody's face this morning, Freddie and Dawn. Good morning, good afternoon. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop that crying. Be happy again, just start smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Come on everybody, here we go. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles along with you. When you're laughing, when you're laughing, the sun comes, it comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop that sighing. Be happy again, just start smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, baby, the whole world smiles with you. Put a smile on your face this afternoon with Dawn and Freddie.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
There's something going on over there. welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Friday afternoon. And yes, everybody's on the beach.
Everyone's on the beach, including all of our elements that went to the beach for spring break.
No, that's not true. That is completely incorrect. The elements are always on the board, and you just found them, so they're there. So if you have 3 hours to set up for a board or 2 hours to set up for a board, you take that time and you find the elements if they've been shifted. The reason they've been shifted is because people shift them. I love human error. You make a mistake and it's missing. His phone wasn't working until you reset it. You turn it on, turn it back on, right? Right. It's there. It's there. Don't give me the look. I go up there, I show you every element in the world.
It's going to be there because Slick's putting them all in right now.
That's because Slick was on his phone looking at Karen Durant in a baseball stadium with some voluptuous woman turning on.
No, that's
home
your
plate.
TikTok, by the way.
It wasn't a TikTok.
Your
it was his
TikTok has all
Facebook.
women wearing dental floss.
No, it's not true.
Different color
That's
dental
not
floss.
True. Oh, I saw the fireman that I'm
Yeah,
following.
I did have one. There was
Whose
one
TikTok-
fireman,
whose
I
TikTok
must
was
say.
that?
I must say there was one fireman. Happy Friday to you. That was the beautiful, wonderful music. I can't say beautiful, of Tony Quarantini, our new Frank Sinatra comedian, singer, impersonator. I don't know, but he's freaking amazing is what he is.
Everything.
So we're going to get into that, brought to you by the Brooklyn Cafe Show and JM Productions. We followed up from Eileen Lemelman today. We had It All Starts With You this morning. Fridays are always a little bit of a catch-up because we're here so late on Thursday nights. But we got it going. Got it going. Got some headsets going. Don't even, because we're on air. So this is going to be like a marital spat here, Eileen. This is what happens when your work wife or work husband keep working until all hours of the day.
All I got to say is, if you're going to do a segment on food,
Tell Doc, we need the food.
you got to have the food here, not there.
Thank you.
Let me show you a cookie. So I take a cookie, I show it to you, and you can put it all out there. But if you're going to do food and make me nuts, I had to go hide.
The biscotti looked amazing.
What are you doing?
Okay.
The Hamantaschen, mun.
Learning.
Anyone
I'm
ever heard of
learning.
mun?
Mun is
Jeffrey, ever heard of mun?
Mun?
Yeah.
I've heard that. I don't know what it means,
it's
though.
Yiddish for poppy seeds.
Never knew.
You don't know that?
Yiddish?
You don't know that and you know Yiddish?
Yiddish.
What's the
I
matter
don't know
with you?
Yiddish. My
You know
grandparents
Yiddish.
spoke Yiddish.
You're a
I
big
don't
Yiddish.
speak-
Did you ever have mun?
I speak broken
Mun.
English.
A Hamantaschen with mun. I knew poppy seeds and never knew mun.
Mun, yeah.
Ever had
poppy
mun?
s-
Of course.
Ever had a Hamantaschen?
Of course.
We should make
I put
Hamantaschen
them
that look like your
together.
hat.
Peanut butter and,
Mun?
and chocolate. Mun and mun.
Mun.
Whatever.
I have a question for you, Freddie. You seem very, very, triggered today. You're
Thank-
like, I feel the energy. There's a lot of like,
Honey, it's been like that all week. I guess you haven't
Has
been
it?
watching. Yeah, haven't you heard the latest? Haven't you heard the latest?
yes, I have heard the latest.
You see what's in my pocket?
Is that the Bell of Peace?
Okay.
Their new merch.
This is going in my car, but I've tried all week to take one of these home. And every time I go to find it, the vacuum cleaner here puts it away somewhere I can't find it. So now it's in my pocket. So it feels kind of good. That's why I'm full of the excitement. You got to bring it. Everything's changed. I guess she hasn't heard about Roku.
New World, no.
South, Ion, South Florida.
No,
We
tell
need to make
me.
that
You
announcement.
haven't heard of any of those pieces coming out?
Please tell me.
We are now on 111 radio stations online, plus our home at WNN Beasley. Roku Live is now worldwide. So if you go to a Roku channel store, you go to B Cafe TV, and you can see us everywhere.
Ooh.
So all of a sudden, Poland and Russia and Ukraine, all these people are watching the show. So duck.
Oh my goodness.
So the numbers have gotten ridiculous. We didn't know what was going on.
Oh wow, this
And I
is
should have kept my mouth
awesome.
shut because it was doing real well till yesterday.
That's what happens. My mother used to always say, if the fish didn't open its mouth, it would not get caught.
It's funny, my ex-wife.
Old wives' tale. If the fish didn't open his mouth, he would not get caught.
Jeffrey, you heard that, Jeffrey?
Heard
I've
that?
heard that.
We've learned mun and my mother's words of wisdom. I swear, growing up, I said I would never quote my mother, but yet we all seem to quote our mothers.
I don't quote my mother.
Chocolata. Zoop. No,
That's
you do
true.
not. Right? We all quote our mothers. It's the funniest thing.
Now listen, do me a favor, caring and sharing, and if you can share the show out and let people know that we're on the air, we would appreciate it. If you come into the studio and you look at the ducks and you find the magic duck, you win a bag of coffee. And when is the Boca Magazine happening? What?
Boca Magazine?
Where's my headset?
What?
Headset.
She's like, what? What's up? There's no commercial on the board either. All right, so Slick, you're going to be finding some real quick.
Tell him to go to ads. They're all there. Ads. And he knows it because I showed it to him twice.
All those banker commercials are not there? Oh, okay, even better.
What board are they using?
Afternoon board? I guess.
No, that's the wrong board. Okay, who wants to bet me $1 they're using the wrong board?
I don't know. Let's ask what board they're on. Doesn't matter because we got to keep going. So we got to keep chit-chatting and keep talking. It's all good, as they say, on this Friday of Magic Man. The reason I want you to know I set the set today pink is because Gina Bella had her show last night, and I know Eileen always loves this piece, so I shifted it to my side. But behind you, I have Lady Liberty, because we started our morning off talking about the opportunity and the greatness we have of living in this country. And we should all cherish every moment, every opportunity. The fact that we don't have commercials, you know what? It's okay because they're there. I would much rather be in our situation of loading and finding our pieces than being in the Ukraine and being these families. Babies are being born, people are sick, young men and women are going to fight and making Molotov cocktails out of bottles because they don't have it and they've done nothing wrong and they are being attacked. So I will be very happy for them to find the commercials, and that is the least of our problems at the moment because we are in a country that has peace and opportunity, and we're very blessed every day to walk out their doors and see sunshine and hear great music and be with great people. The rest will happen.
Are you done?
For now.
I got to tell you, ladies and
I started
gentlemen,
my double weekend early,
if
by the way.
somebody needs someone, if you need a spin doctor,
It's
866-224-5422. Give me a call. I will send on to you. You talk about spin doctor. Now, she knows that obviously if the commercial's on the board, that there's something wrong with the board, right? So she's spinning it, saying, oh, but everything is great.
But you know what? Put in perspective, and for production,
comes.
is
Here
it
it
an
comes.
issue? 100% it's an issue. They're going to figure it out.
Here it comes.
And if they don't, they don't, because it's our show and not Eileen's, which is all good. And it's not Ken, so it's okay.
Oh, if it was your show, you'd be watching the walking shoes. Because we call doing the walking shoe now.
But you think about what's going on in the world. You think about all these people that are dealing with. Gina dedicated her show last night to losing her mother 20 years ago from cancer. We think about all the men and women whose lives have lost for a variety of reasons, and now for a needless war and a possible nuclear devastation in Europe if things
True.
aren't handled right.
It's true.
On the other side of this world. You know what? It's a commercial.
It even makes it, you know, you go to the DMV. Does anybody still go to the DMV?
No, you can do it all online now.
I know, but remember when we used to go to the DMV and you used to go, God, I hate going in there. This is worse than having a colonoscopy. Remember that? Even that, to me, doesn't bother me anymore because I'd rather be on that line than be on the line up in the Ukraine. I can tell you that much.
You know, it's all a matter of perspective is what it is. And is it annoying? Yeah. Is it going to get worked out? Hopefully. But at the end of the day, we're going to get to be here and do what we get to do and share some information. And we actually have people watching us in Russia. So if you are watching us this weekend, once the show gets loaded up to Roku, all I can say is we're praying for you as well because you know what? They did not ask for this. The people of Russia did not ask for this to happen any more than the people of Ukraine. This is a political situation, and those families and children and moms and dads and sisters and brothers, they are at their wits' end also. So
It goes to show you how powerful fear can be. You give people fear, if they're afraid of you, they won't react. If you bring down people, they won't react. You know, he has nukes, he has the potential of ending the world, so you sort of have to be afraid of this guy. Maniac or not,
Sort of.
yep, you're gonna
Right?
have to.
I think we have to.
And the bottom line here is everybody says, why don't we? Well, you know, you gotta be careful because this is a matchstick.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this guy is unpredictable right now. You don't know what he's capable of, but he is hurting people. So you got to be careful.
This is an unprecedented kind of war.
Oh, no, it's been
It was
precedented.
it was an unprovoked attack.
So was Germany when they attacked Poland
Well, that's
in World War
right.
II.
That's right.
But they did it because they said that they wanted jobs. You know, it's really funny. Let's go blow up the world so my people can eat and have jobs. I never heard of that. So now they're taking that excuse away because they're bankrupting them again. And I got to tell you something. In the last few years, the Russian Empire, they learned their lesson and they put a lot of money into the deal. And we talked about how they're trying to use crypto now to bypass being spanked with no cash. The ruble is down 60%, 70%. It's worthless.
all airlines, no
It's
air
worth
travel.
less than a penny right now.
Yeah, it's worthless. But you know, what is the long game of any war? What's the long game? Even if he wins, who's going to deal with Russia now? They're so unpredictable. Even China, I was just reading, told Putin, you know what, you should chill out, man. You got to back off. What you're doing here, the world is watching. What are you doing? Attacking nuclear stations and killing people, and rockets are falling all over the place because he can't get them to stop fighting. I mean, really? You got 3 million people there. You want another Vietnam?
So see, it's a matter of perspective.
It is. I don't mind standing at the DMV. Matter of fact, I will
I
bring in.
wasn't sure when to go to the DMV though. I got to tell
you
you, I much
remember?
prefer to do it online.
Do you remember the gas shortages in the 70s?
Yep.
And the lines that went around the world? You know what I did during the gas shortage? Did I tell you this?
No.
I used to get you food. There was a McDonald's. Do you want McDonald's? Are you going to bring me the food? Why don't you buy it and I pay you? Because nobody trusted nobody. Come on, give me the $20. I'll go get your food. And they gave you a tip. And I made money during the gas shortage.
It's crazy. Think about all the things we've learned or have not learned, and here we go right back to, we don't want to talk about politics, but again, it's, sometimes I wish people would look at the greater obstacles in life and deal with those, like illness, things that we have to deal with, and instead of making stuff up, like this new bill that's getting passed in Florida next week. Why they have to mess with women's bodies, I do not understand.
I don't want to go down that road.
Leave us
It's
alone,
very
is
sensitive,
all I
yeah.
tell you.
Don't get me started.
Maybe we
Don't
should.
get me
We
started.
should send you to talk to
We
Putin.
should send you.
And you tell him, listen, it all starts with you maniac,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And straighten him out a little bit.
I heard this woman, a Ukrainian woman. She was a great interview. It was on one of the channels, and she called him a psycho, and he is. He's psychotic. He's psychotic. He's not in this real world. So
Well, who's more psychotic? The generals that are giving the orders, or the man that's giving the orders?
yeah, right.
The
It's
generals
like they're
should all
following
turn
orders.
around and just get rid of him. He's one man, one guy.
Well, right now, the latest, I've heard it on the news over the last couple of days, that someone is going to have to take this guy out.
Well, they said that about Fidel, and that didn't happen either.
That didn't either. My concern is, God forbid, if it goes further than Ukraine.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen. When that happens, we won't be.
Well,
Well,
and
it's
he's
a
going
world
into
war.
NATO at that
It will
point.
be
That's
done.
what happens. A world war.
It'll be done. Just to be done. We won't be doing shows. You won't be doing singing. Tony, it was nice meeting you. It's done. That I can guarantee you. They actually set up a hotline. There's a red phone between the U.S. and Russia. This happened in Syria under the Obama administration as well. And they draw a line. Nobody's allowed 20 miles close to that line. If you do, it's a declaration of war. They know it, and we know it. We know it too, because our planes, they're sitting ducks right now for our planes. That's why we don't give the planes. He says, if you don't want to fly over and help us, give me the planes. You do that, man. I'm going to tell you, you're going to change that war, because the Ukrainians will fight with our technology, our planes. It's going to be ugly. So there's a red line right now. It's not going to go out of Ukraine, from what I can see. If it does,
You're dealing with a madman, though. That's the problem.
Yep.
it's unbelievable.
You
The
know,
things
they
that we
thought
go
when
through.
Hitler came to power, he was only going to conquer one country, and he wanted to take all of Europe. You know?
Yes,
I
that is
feel like
true.
we're repeating history over again, and it's a mess, is all I can say.
You know, it's funny because the United States is nowhere near Europe. So we really don't know what the smell of a gunfire is here. What was the last time we had a war in our land? Civil War, right? Was that the last war we had?
Well, technically, but 9/11
No, I'm not talking about
was-
gang violence.
9/11 was a war.
That was an
attack.
It was
incident.
an attack,
That was
right?
an attack.
That was an
on us.
incident. But you know what? There's shootings in schools and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna group it. I'm talking about a missile from a foreign country. Like, remember the Cuban crisis?
Yep.
That would have been.
Well, I was in the service during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
I heard they sent you to Cuba. Is that true?
I did. I was there 18 times.
Your
Really?
wife told me that.
Yep.
Wow.
I flew all the bases in Florida and in Georgia, flew to Guantanamo, and were flying all the Americans out of Cuba during the missile crisis. And everybody was on high alert. And my mother, may she rest in peace, was going crazy. Because I couldn't tell her where I was doing. And she got to the point where she called the base commander. Where's my son? Okay?
He's with
Honest to
Fidel.
God. she got the general on the phone at my base where I was stationed, okay, and wanted to know, where is my son? And the general said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't tell you. And I couldn't tell her.
Now, you were there when we were threatening the Russians that if they didn't get those missiles out of there, were you there?
Correct. I was
Now,
stationed.
that's a
I was
scary
stationed-
thought.
I was stationed at Warner Robins Air Force Base in Georgia.
Well, thank
Okay.
you for your service, but let me ask you a question. You saw how we reacted when they I don't even know if they put the missiles, they threatened to put the missiles, or were they there?
They did.
Okay.
There were missiles
saw
there,
how
and they
we
got them
reacted,
taken
right?
down.
How would you react if you know that all around you, on your flank, you have all these missiles coming in? NATO, this is Putin's argument. You don't seem to mind putting your missiles next to me, but as soon as we did Cuba, you had the Monroe Doctrine. So now I'm watching Mexico, I'm watching Argentina, and is it Brazil? Which is the other crazy, Venezuela? One of those other crazy, Venezuela. Now, what's going to happen if he wants to put missiles there? The Monroe Doctrine, it's a declaration of war, right? But if you can relate to that, now you were there, you saw what happened in this country, the tension. Everybody was on stepping on eggshells and everything. It's what got Kennedy killed, if you want to know the truth.
I mean, at the time, when you're in the military, you really don't, you're doing your job. So you really, those things don't enter your mind. You're just following orders.
Did you know what you were doing in Cuba?
Oh, sure.
You just following orders.
How old were you?
Pardon?
How old?
23?
And you didn't
22.
question, what the hell am I doing here?
I knew what we were doing there. We were flying the Americans out of Cuba, God forbid, if they launched those nuclear weapons.
So you're with the Air Force?
I was in the Air Force.
Wow. This
8
man has
years.
lived many lives.
I was in for 8 years, from 1960 to right to the beginning of 68.
Well, I heard that Fidel changed his mind and sent the Russians away because you personally said to him, yo.
Yeah. Goodbye. But I do, there's incidents that stick in your mind. I mean, the fence around Guantanamo and the Cubans knew what we were doing. The Cuban people knew what we were doing. I guess they saw the planes and they knew we were taking Americans out of there. And they were lining the fence line of the base, cursing, spitting, you name it, they were doing it to us at the time.
It's amazing.
And before all of that happened, Cuba and the United States had a very lucrative agreement. We were pouring in money into Cuba because we like our Cuba Libre. That's
Don't
what
you
we pay
ever
for.
wonder what actually is the last straw that actually breaks a relationship? But this is a whole conversation for you. Because think about it. What was the last straw that ended this relationship? Something happened,
With Cuba?
somebody
It was the mob.
triggered
It was
something.
the mob. The mob was making too much money, more money than the federal government. The mob was bringing in, it was like Vegas. They tell the mob, they tell the mob, listen, you could take Vegas. You just leave the rest of the world alone. The mob is huge. And they went down to Cuba and they were making it fantastic. You seen those nightclubs they had? You saw the nightclubs, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, they were unbelievable nightclubs in Havana, in the 50s and 60s. Absolutely magnificent
You
nightclubs.
ever been?
dollar.
Cuba?
No, and I wouldn't tell you if I had. It's against the law.
Back in the day?
What day? I wasn't during that. I wasn't even alive during that day.
I don't know.
You thought I was? I was 2 and I went to Cuba. And give me a Cuba Libre. What's the matter with you? No. But I gotta tell you.
But it's like ask you if you knew Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, I knew Jackie Robinson. Did I see him play?
Sorry, I just asked you. You went to Cuba.
Yeah, I saw Jackie Robinson.
In Cuba.
In Cuba. I saw him play in Cuba.
Well,
With Fidel.
history, you ever heard the expression, history repeats itself?
Yeah.
When you look at Vietnam, and I was there.
You were
okay?
there too.
You went to Nam also?
Yeah.
Is there a war you didn't miss?
No, I'm serious. I was in Da Nang Air Force Base in Vietnam.
You were in Nang?
Da Nang.
You in Da Nang?
Yeah.
You're in Vietnam. Wow.
Wow, you saw some action.
Yeah.
Ever write a book?
No?
You should.
Let's do a voice book, and then we'll type it later.
But
We should.
When you asked the question, did I know what I was doing there?
What were you doing in Nam?
And well, you know, it was, we had heard through the grapevine, being in the military, that the South Vietnamese were as corrupt as the North. And you couldn't tell the enemy because
They all look
they
the
did-
same.
They all looked the same. They didn't wear uniforms, okay? And so you had women dressed up in regular, everyday clothing, and under them was a M15 carbine or an explosive or you name it. And you didn't know who you were fighting. And that, and the longer, because I was there a little less than a year.
In Nam?
Yeah, and thank God, because I had a lot of guys that were in my squadron that didn't make it back.
What year were you there?
I was there in '67.
Oh man, you were right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta ask you, is it true? Now, I have cousins that served in Nam, and many did not come back. And I heard, with the ones that did come back, is that we went all the way north at Nam, we took that town over, and it was big business that said we gotta keep the war going. Is that true?
That is true. It was the industrial war complex. And
Coca-Cola.
I found that out later. I mean, but it is. I mean, big money in war. Yes. Big money.
Coca-Cola needed that war to keep going, to keep growing, right? Coca-Cola was over there in bottles all over the place. Everybody's drinking Coca-Cola, but they wanted the war to keep going. The people that made the ships and the vessels and the bombs, the helicopters, they didn't want the war to stop. It was Nixon, as much as corrupt as they called him, they said, this is ridiculous, because they didn't give him a payout.
Well,
Sad truth about
you
this.
know, back then, you know, I wasn't involved in that operation, but the Marines were in Cambodia, and we absolutely said, we're not in Cambodia. You know, the American troops. We were in Cambodia. They were doing reconnaissance missions in Cambodia.
It's amazing. So
But
many
we were
stories, right? Let's take a commercial break.
We have no commercial.
They're all set to go
Shall
again.
we have him take us out?
Sure.
Let's have you take us out.
Let's lighten the mood up again for some Friday.
You
fun.
started
To us,
this.
Tony.
It's time to. No, I changed the perspective on how lucky we are to be living here.
Well, you know something? I want to talk
Went
to
down
you.
a rabbit hole.
I want to
after
talk
that.
to you after the show because I believe that you are the secret to them learning what not to do. You know, you were there. And again, I thank you for your service. You were there. We have to remember war is hell, man. Nobody gets to win in war. Nobody. And it's guys like him and the other vet, maybe we can bring him back.
Bring a lot of people back.
The one that I interviewed.
Oh, sure. Harry.
Harry from World War II, he talked about the bodies in front of him going boom, boom, boom. Well, you have to do this because we're forgetting who we were and we're turning into something.
There were
that
things
we're
that
not.
were going on that the American people had no idea.
Well, let's talk. We should definitely do a special on that, Freddie. You did such a great job with Harry back a couple months ago. We could do
That
that
was
again.
tough. That was a tough interview.
All right, Tony, you're going to take us out to commercial break.
You got it. I
Let's
was just
have-
thinking in 1967, I was having a war with my mother. I was 3. I think I was drooling on my bib a little too much in 67.
Oh my gosh.
But God bless Jeff, boy.
Right?
A couple of wars. Ooh, yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know he did that.
I didn't either. He's a fascinating, I just met him today. He's a fascinating man. 67, boy, it's a long time ago. I was 3. I wasn't doing the Sinatra back then, Jeff, just so you know. But I'm doing it
55 years
now.
ago.
Jimmy Van Hughes and Sammy Cahn. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come on, fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot that flute for you. Come on, fly with me, let's float down in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is so rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may even hear gangs of angels cheer, because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You say the words, I'll whip your birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they do say. Come on, fly with me, we'll fly, we'll fly. Pack up, let's fly away. But don't tell Dawn and Fred, don't tell Dawn and Fred.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40+ works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
We're going to come back with a little Cole Porter and Nelson Riddle's great arrangement. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I've said to myself, this affair never gonna move so well. Why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. Sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. Spite of that warning voice comes in the night, it repeats in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you're never gonna win. Use your mentality, stand up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. All right, now it's time for everybody in the studio to get some hands together, make a little noise here on a Friday afternoon. Come on, Dawn. All right, that's good, Jeff. We'll take a few claps. Yeah. Oh, I love the big band sound. We got to bring this. We got to keep this stuff alive, Freddie, right? You got to keep this music alive. Da, 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 ba, 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 ba. Nice job, nice job. I would sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. Spite of that warning voice comes in the night, it repeats how it yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you are never gonna win. Why not use your mentality? Stand up, jump up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin. And I love everybody in the studio under my skin. Cole Porter, Nelson Riddle.
Thank you.
Wow. Tony, amazing.
And I get a bell. Sometimes I feel in the church, I feel like the collection box is coming around when I hear the bell.
You look like a giant altar boy.
So amazing. Eileen, you love it, right?
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a guy like this and you'd say, listen, I want to hire you, and then you have like a house party or an anniversary or a birthday.
You must have been reading my mind.
You put that in my head.
I know. I was thinking
You
about
were thinking that, right?
I
Listen,
was.
he doesn't come cheap.
You got to talk to my new manager.
Nothing good comes cheap. First
To
of
that.
all, you tell your manager, I introduced you, so
Yes.
don't worry about it. Give me three-finger finale next. But wouldn't it be fantastic? I mean, I'm thinking about it because he's
You
one
gonna
of
have a
these.
party?
Yeah, because he has his own gear. I made him put it away. He had a whole thing going on over there. I said, no, we don't want that. But wouldn't it be like kind of cool for an anniversary party if you like Frank Sinatra, if you like that sound and everything? I think it's kind of cool.
I love it. I love that idea.
You parties a lot.
Oh my goodness. I was the queen of making parties and themed parties. And, you know, I don't just like put out some cheese and crackers. No, 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 no. This, you're talking to the queen of. I could have done that as another career, but
Do you think
no.
you'll go back to doing parties now that we're coming out of all of this?
I'm hoping. I miss my parties.
Is your
Yes.
mindset ready to have a party?
Wait,
Are you? Because it all starts with you.
I know a small party, a small.
wait a minute,
gathering.
wait a minute. The most important $1 million question was my invite.
You're on the list.
I tell you what.
When I make the party, you're on the list.
I tell you what, you invite me, and
Okay.
I bring my buddy over there.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You give him a couple of, you give
Can
him a
the
couple.
manager come too?
Absolutely.
Hey,
Only if you
yes.
bring your wife.
Huh?
Only
right,
if
you
you bring
know
your
what?
9-month pregnant wife.
Let me just say something. May 16th, 40 years for me and Neely.
Wow.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Okay.
Well, that's terrific.
All right.
How
You
many
coming?
years?
You're coming to
I'm
sing?
in. I'm in.
How
Talk
many
to my
years?
manager.
40.
40.
Wow.
40
Wow.
years.
That's awesome.
That makes me
Congratulations.
queer.
I know.
It makes
coming
me
to
shake.
my anniversary party?
Yeah, I gotta bring my friends.
I know.
All in.
Now, how would you like if we also brought Dean Martin and
Oh, my God.
what's the other guy? Sammy Davis.
The Rat Pack.
Bring the
I
Rat
would
Pack.
love the Rat
I have a Rat Pack group.
Hey, wait a minute now.
He's in it.
You'll be part. You'll be 1/3 delayed. I think we should. Yes. I think every time somebody peeks out here, something's wrong. I think we bring the Rat Pack group to your anniversary. I think that'd be a ball.
I love that
She's
idea.
drinking. Look. She's like.
I'm like getting a little.
She's like,
I'm
Steve,
getting-
she's going to talk into her coffee mug, Steve. Steve talks into a rum bottle. She's like, yes. Here's what I'm like, yes, that would be a great idea. I'm going
My
to have
name
it.
is-
I'm getting all excited
My name is-
about it. I don't know
But-
what it's looking
And double fisting here takes it
But
to a whole
wouldn't
other
that be a
level.
trip?
That would be a trip.
The Rat
That would
Trap?
be great.
Yeah.
They're, you know, I mean, I'm seeing now here a lot of Rat Pack returning into acts again. The Rat Pack.
I got a
They've
good
got a
one.
Rat Pack in Vegas. They got 3 or 4 here. They got a couple in Orlando.
They're tough to do, though. I mean, you really need a spot on Sammy. You need a good spot on. Sammy's probably the toughest one to do in a
We
row.
got a
Sammy's
Sammy.
tough.
No, we have a Sammy.
Well,
He's
I do
been here.
too. I got 3 of them.
He's been here a couple of times. That's how we met Wayne Dignity. He sang on the road with us. He's fantastic. Now I got a birthday coming up.
Oh, you want me to make
Are you
that
going to have a
too?
party?
You want me to make that party too?
Yes, I think
I'm going to be busy the next couple of weeks.
I think I would. I think we should have the Rat Pack.
Listen,
Oh, you know what? I gotta make a
I've
phone
got a
call.
birthday in about a week and a half.
When's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
March 16th.
On the 19th.
Yeah.
She's the 24th.
But I'm a little older than you though.
That's okay. I'll give you the old side of the cake.
Eileen and I are a month apart.
Yeah, exactly.
We're 5 days. She and I are a month.
But what I'm getting at is we should do that.
I think it'll be fantastic. I think.
Am
let me
I
tell-
on that list? Am I
Of course.
getting
Am
an
I going to your
invitation?
40th? Of course you're on the list. I think what I would like is to get a movie and do a party at the movie studio, at the movies.
At the movies?
The way we did the other time,
Yeah.
and have singers. Have the Rat Pack at the movies.
Oh, you do real well.
And bring everybody. Bring everybody. What do you think?
Sure.
I think we can have some fun with that. I think it's a nice. I have to call her today at 2:30. That's where I'm bringing it up. She's probably watching.
There's a guy down here by the name of Deshaun Fields. He's the Sammy.
We had the show, didn't we?
Yeah, he goes by a different name.
No, his name is Deshaun Fields.
Yes, Dijon.
Yeah.
But we met him
Dijon,
through
we had him
JoJo.
here. Yeah, JoJo brought him in here.
So I have to ask you, Tony, where are you performing? What type of gig? You were at West Delray, correct?
I believe it or not, my West Delray Marketplace gig, although I put it on, it was raining and it was pretty much rained out, but I put it on, and believe it or not, I did get a lead out of it.
That's good.
There was somebody underneath the overhang of Burton Max's, and I'll be playing Valencia Shores, Valencia Falls in the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
So during season, I play a lot of the 55 and above. I do, assisted living. I play anywhere, anybody, private parties. It's, And now that I've got Jeff, hopefully I'll be getting some bigger venues.
You were singing in the rain?
I'll be singing in the rain. Hey,
I
I
have
got
to
a
tell
camera
you,
on
this
me.
55 and older communities, now that I'm quickly approaching 55, I'm thinking we got to change the number.
Yes, I agree. It should. I said it because I'm in real estate also. I'm with Remax, but I agree with you, Dawn. I mean, 55 years old.
55, I'm like,
First of all,
65 should be, I think, really
but you know
where.
what? It's how Eileen said. We're not the same. Our grandparents. And my grandparents moved into this 55 and older in Lauderdale West, Jeffrey. Right. My mother still owns the house. They were like my grandparents, and I think they were 60. And I think, oh my gosh, is this me? Was that them? And am I thinking I'm younger? But I don't know. I feel totally different.
What's happening now is the newer 55 and above that are being built are more our age now. The older facilities, the Century Villages, the Kings Point, those 55 and above are probably 70s and 80s. But the newer ones now are
In the
closer
50s.
to our age. Yeah.
They call it the active lifestyle. I'm thinking, how about just a lifestyle? Right? This 55 and up thing? I don't know, Freddie. You ready to do it? I know you've had AARP. I haven't quite converted to that yet.
It's got the ARP.
now I'm going to tell
I
you something.
have one too.
You can get this any age. You could be 20 and get this. Okay, I get 13 cents off my gas. I get insurance cheaper than, and my son can't touch it. It's so cheap. People laugh. I go to the movie theaters, I whip it out. I go, yeah. And they go, oh, Mrs. Santori. I whip it out. This one won't do that. If I give you this car, you'll probably run.
I could get discounts.
Oh,
Right?
you
That
don't
would
get
mean
this.
I would actually leave my
You go
house on
you
the
go to
weekend.
Publix and you whip this bad boy out, you get 20% off. Did you know that?
At Publix?
I think you start getting the card at 50. When I was getting it in the mail at
No.
50, I kept throwing it out. But then I said, you know what? That tote bag for $14.95 savings. That may really get me to buy it. I could use a good tote bag.
It's like the straws you
Yeah.
get from Weight Watchers.
Right.
If you
First
buy
of
enough
all-
cookies, you
Right.
get free
First
straws.
of all, you get it now. They went to court. There's no age discrimination. You can get AARP at 20 years of age.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter anymore. There's only one thing you can't get which is senior or something or another. But other than that, you're in. That tote bag, you ever notice how people go to Publix? They don't want plastic. I don't want the plastic. I have to save the world. I have to save the environment. So they come in with all these bags. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
You do that, don't you?
When I used to shop, yes.
Well, AARP, you get 5.
You know
free-
me, but you know when I go to Publix, I don't get to take a cart.
She doesn't take a card.
I go like
She goes muscle woman and she's walking around like this. And then she gets really,
and they go,
she starts
salsa on aisle
jiggling it up in
5.
the air.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you get 5 tote bags. Now that you brought that up.
I think the next time I get it, I may mail it in just to start doing the save. Because I'll be 58 in October. I mean, I'm not getting any younger either. But, I think maybe I'm going
Your
to sign off on
babies.
that. Thank
Your
you.
babies.
$8
My
in
God.
the movie theater, you can't go wrong. They're
feel
paying
ancient.
20.
I can't even remember the last time I was at a movie theater, as sad as that sounds, right? I haven't been to the movie theaters in years now.
Okay. Then you know what? I'm gonna give
Unless
you.
you're inviting me.
I'm gonna give you a ticket to the movie theater.
I'm going to the
I'm
movies.
gonna give you another one for your wife.
I love you. I appreciate it.
Go see Marry Me. Take your wife to go see Marry Me,
Okay.
and she's gonna buy you dinner right after that movie.
All right.
All right. You
She
tell
owes
her
me
Freddie
dinner
sent
anyway.
you.
Yeah.
She said, tell her Freddie sent you. I'll give you a second. Don't leave until I give you the second
Because
ticket.
I
You
told
still
you.
like going out? You still go out on the weekends?
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeffrey's always going out on the weekends. You and your wife.
not always,
I,
but,
I'm trying to. I mean, I can't. I sometimes feel I got to cut myself in half because I got one performer at some venue and another performer at another venue, same day, same time, and you can't be at both.
Well, do you know the manager who books him that way?
You know their booking manager? Maybe you should talk to them. It's like
Yeah.
having 5 AP exams on the same day. You should book.
I
and
need.
talk to
I
them.
need I need a protege intern.
Why? They're not going to stop you from booking it because you're going to book it no matter
Not booking it, but I can't be 2 places at once at the same time, and that sometimes is happening. And to be honest with you, at my age, I can't be at every event. I try to be.
what. I got to tell you, I'm going to resolve this for you. You're going to have a driver that's going to take you to every place for an hour or an hour and a half, depending on the time, but you can't drive. You have to be
It looks like I
driven.
got a new job now. There's that job I was looking for, Freddie.
Actually, they call them roadies.
Yes, my mother will be a roadie.
No,
She'll
not
take
her mother.
she'll
No,
have
no.
Ray drive
No,
you.
no, no.
The
Her mother needs a
the
roadie.
you know what a roadie
But she
is,
takes a
right?
roadie.
You know what a roadie is, right?
Yes.
Yes, my mother used to
Okay.
say, I don't drink and drive. I drink and then I drive. I'm like, and then you're going to take my children?
Not only
in?
that,
Mom.
they're a schlepper. Is what they are. They're a
But Eileen
schlepper.
was
They
talking
they
about- you were
they
talking
they
about
set
that
up
today.
stuff for you. They set up, work with the sound man, help the guy set
Doesn't
up.
your wife do that for you?
That's my roadie.
No.
Yeah.
She doesn't
When
do
she's off.
You're gonna need an extra pair of hands.
And an extra pair of me.
And an extra Jeffrey, a clone Jeffrey.
No, I could
do that too.
I can relate to that around here because there's like multiple things happening at the same time. I'm having a meeting, there's a show going on, then you show up. That's just today. Yesterday was even crazier. It was going on until 9 o'clock last night.
Pretty much true.
So you try to organize. You just don't drive because you drive like a madman.
I'm from New York, so I
There you
drive
go.
crazy.
And you're trying to get there and you're rushing yourself and something good ain't gonna happen. So
I want to talk to Eileen about her show before the other madman joins us from Boston. You had a great show today, and
Oh,
you
yes.
managed 2 virtual interviews at the same time,
I'm getting really
which
good.
was really, really nice.
is that the
know.
first time you've ever done that?
Yes, yes.
And
that
I
was the
even told her,
first
don't
time.
do it. I even said, keep them separate. But we're like, all right, if you're willing to take to try, they were fantastic.
I think it was really great. Well, I had to bring them together because I went to school with both of those women. I grew up with both of those women. And so it was like a little reunion on top of the fact that they were awesome guests.
It was so great, and Janice, we know, Janice is hilarious, and I'm always enamored how she cooks and bakes and works full time and is grandma. And I think we talk about young women, like yesterday we had Christine on, Coran, about young women in their 30s and 40s who are able to do it all, powerhouses. And then I look at Janice, who's older than Christine, right?
Yes.
And here she is working full time, doing it all as well. And I'm like, wow, it's really amazing to me. And the way she cooks, I don't cook. Like, I would make a Freddie Hamantashen hat, and my Hamantashen would look like your hat. It would be round and mushy. I was never able to figure out the triangle payments hat or anything. And it's beautiful and vegan, and she supports her husband. And I think,
Yes.
wow, I guess you can do it all.
You can. You don't have to.
But if you choose to,
yes.
women
yes.
can.
Absolutely.
And a second stage of life.
Well, listen, that's what the whole show was about. It was about navigating the next chapter of our lives. We always have a title. When we're growing up, we're a student. And then when we're a young mother, we're a mommy. And then, we get into the career world and we're, a realtor or a teacher or a nurse or whatever it is. And then we get into that next level of, okay, I'm ready to slow down, not necessarily totally not work, but I want to do something different, something that I've never done before. A lot of people they have to have another stream of income coming in because either they haven't prepared for retirement or, they don't have enough money to retire.
Right.
But also it has to do with just your passion and possibilities and leaping and taking a risk and doing something different.
And it was a fantastic show. But we should have her send the food FedEx before your show.
I know.
The
So we
food
can
must
do
be here
No,
in the
I
refrigerator.
know. Well, you have been doing this for 17 years, you told me.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
I've only been doing this, 5 months?
You're doing a fantastic job. Steve Gubb writes in, Happy Purim. I guess he knows Mun as
yeah.
well. I've never heard of Mun.
He is a mun.
Mun.
He's a mun. He's a moody.
Yesterday was his birthday, and it's really cute to see all the grandchildren wish happy. Like, I see that's where the next stage of our friends' lives are. You've got 3 beautiful grandsons, and they love you, and Rowan looks so much like you, which I can't believe.
And
And then I saw your grandson dressed
Yes,
up.
Dressed up as Dr.
I saw the
Seuss.
pictures.
So adorable. And then
Cat in the hat.
And then Steve Gubb sends a video of his granddaughter singing Happy Birthday, Saba Steve.
Oh.
So cute, but it's such a different state. I'm not there yet. but to watch everyone enjoy their grandchildren.
Oh,
I
let me
think,
just
wow.
tell you, those grandchildren are the most amazing things that ever happened
You know,
to
and
me.
Janice too with her little one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that's the next
I
stage I
know.
guess everyone is getting to, but yet everyone's still working. You're working and Janice is working and you're working and
Ain't no stage I
Jeffrey's
wanted.
always going to be working.
What stage?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
big. A grandparent is different than being a dad.
Yes.
When I became a grandfather for the first time, I realized the best thing is having them there, but you can also send them home with your son or your daughter. Okay, you're not around them all the time, and it's a different kind of a feel, different kind of a love for your grandchildren as opposed to your son or your daughter. It's just something there that's different, and of course now my grandchildren are all grown as well. So I'm hoping to get a great grandchild. I don't have
Wow.
one yet, but close.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not yet.
Yeah, you spoil those grandbabies a lot more than I think you ever spoiled your boys.
Of course, I can.
And then you
That's
send 'em
part
home.
of and I send them home.
That's what grandparents are
I get them
for.
sugared up and send them
That-
home. As a matter of fact, my son Valerie gave birth today, 6:53 a.m. this morning, the third child.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow,
um,
mazel tov.
Yes.
She's a surrogate mom.
Wow.
So I don't know how this works.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not Freddie's
It's not Freddie's.
son.
It's not
Valerie did this as a surrogacy
for
for
somebody
another
who
couple.
couldn't have children, and the little boy is given to the family this morning. So I told my sister, and she says, "Well, what does that mean?" I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, no matter what, that's always going to be a grandchild, right?
Absolutely.
No matter what, it doesn't
matter
matter
what.
where that child goes, it's still another grand. And I told Freddie, "You're still a dad." He says, "No, he has a dad." And technically, that's not the way it works.
Technically, it is.
Technically, it ain't.
Then I think sometimes I think more like
You
your
ain't
kids.
a grandparent. You ain't in the club. You ain't in the club. You ain't got no vote.
That's true. I'm not quite in your club yet.
That's right.
True
That
that.
55-year-old AARP can buy you just so much, baby. But what do you say? What do you do? Are you my granddad again? What is it? I think I am. So,
Yeah,
Valerie, I
all
hope you're
these
feeling
very,
well.
very unusual situations that happen. They're lovely. They're wonderful. They can give life to a baby and to a family who is desiring and dying for a child. But yeah, it brings up a lot of these, ethical.
I've
and,
never been in this
you know,
position.
Yeah, questions.
And,
yeah.
and mom and baby
Yeah.
are doing well, I heard, and the family flew down from New York, and they're doing well. And Freddie is like, and I look in his eyes, and he's like, I don't know what to do. I says, nothing.
I think Freddie's got to deal with Valerie being postpartum and no baby.
That's going to happen no matter what. But the bottom line here is, there's the mother's side. I get that, the physical side, the mental side, all that. But what you forget is
Well, what
dads
you're
are people
talking
too,
about,
man.
You know what you're talking about, Freddie? You're talking about loss. And the whole family is experiencing a loss.
We don't know what to do.
Yes.
It's
You're
like a death.
experiencing you almost need like some sort of ceremony to say goodbye to this child and send it
But
off.
we don't dare even say
No,
anything.
you don't have to do it with them.
They're probably
Just
going to
your
yell at me for
family.
putting it on the air.
Just your family alone. You almost need like a little ceremony to honor this child and to honor this life and to have like some sort of ceremony sending it off.
Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people tell me that blood don't make you family. I disagree. Family is family, no matter what's going on. And if you're in somebody's family, divorce, death, or anything in between, it's still family. No matter what anybody says. I learned that from the Italians when I was growing up in New York. Family is familia, no matter what you want to say. You can't walk away from family. I told my son, you know what? I tipped my hat, and they're going to have another one. I heard she wants one more. Whew, I got to tell you, I got to give her and him a lot of credit, man. I could never.
Well, they're giving someone such a gift.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But she wants another one for her and
For
Freddie.
her and
Oh,
Freddie.
okay.
But the
Oh,
loss,
okay.
exactly what you're touching on.
But she doesn't think of it as loss. She thinks that
Things
she
change.
gave the opportunity to give life
Things
for another
change.
family.
People change.
But it's still loss. It's still loss.
It is. But, on top of everything else with viruses and mask and war and death and now this. And I'm a little tired, man.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired. I gotta tell you, I'm tired. I'm looking forward to this weekend of just chilling because it's emotionally it's something. It's a freaking roller coaster. And everybody says, "Why am I so moody?" You know, I got that over my head. I got my kid in Tampa, and the stuff he's going through. It's just a lot going on right now.
Life gets in the way.
That's right. That's why I rather just sit back and hear
It
you
has some
sing,
music.
turn down the lights, and you know what? Lock that door, baby. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely.
Don't forget the vino.
Well, we can work on
Always.
that also before you go to another set. Your story, the second, what's the name of the book? Second Stage in Life?
Second Act Careers by Nancy Colomer. Yeah, it's a great book. It's a great book. I mean, it was written a few years ago, but it's still applicable, and it still applies very much so. Especially so many people have lost their jobs even a little bit earlier than they thought they would. And how do you move forward? How do you create something new in your life, really connected to your passion or your expertise? As we get older, we have experience and expertise that we can share with people that we don't even realize. I'm very big on repurpose your purpose.
Now I need to
It
ask
does
you.
change.
You only work with women?
I'm sorry?
You only work with women?
No.
Okay, so make an appointment. Let her know you're going through this. He's going through
No,
a
I,
big change.
I need a couch in 60 minutes, Freddie. I'm a
She can do
different.
that too.
No, I'm.
She's
oh,
a
look,
therapist.
She's a
that
therapist.
joke went right out the window.
We're
You
not
didn't
supposed to
realize
mention
that.
That
that.
went right
I
out
am
the-
a therapist.
We're not supposed to
No,
mention that.
we were talking about that earlier, where I spent most of my career, 30-year career up in New York. I came to Florida, reinvented myself, trying to reinvent myself at 50 years old. And at 50 years old, it's tough.
Yes.
I got into real estate. I'm doing the singing. But we should talk after the show because it is something that's very challenging for people because, you got the world by the you-know-what for 30 years and then you change gears and it.
But you still do. He just doesn't realize
yes.
it. I met this lady 5 years ago, we met her?
Eileen,
Well, she
yeah.
had the first show. She had the first go-around with us. And I thought that Eileen was spectacular. And I said to her, we should take this show in this direction. And unfortunately, there was some universal things that did not allow that, and the show ended. And then she came back. And what you're looking at right now should have happened 5 years ago. Because you got to hold on to what you're good at. And you can't fear what you're not good at.
Correct.
And she's holding on to what she's good at. And she's finding out every week that she is better
Yeah.
than she was last week. And that's what you got to learn to hold on to. Because I'm going to tell you, this ride is short, man. This is a short ride.
And don't allow others to define you.
That's right.
So I don't care how old you are. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's what you think about yourself.
Right.
And the message and the work and the purpose and the talent and whatever you want to bring out. That's what matters. Don't let anyone define you.
Awesome.
I reinvented myself 10 years ago.
Well, I know your history with Steve Kane.
Right.
I know you were a somebody back in the day, even though you're somebody now, and you ain't never stopped. And I got to tell you, I got to tip my hat. Got to tip my hat. You've
I
never
do too. I want to say this.
stopped,
I
man.
do too. I mean,
I mean-
I've just met him he's just a fascinating person.
You're something that people should sit down and listen because you got the right formula. You have it going on. This is why I tell Eileen, I want so much success for her, the whole merchandise thing, and I'm trying to push it through to get it done because between her and Jordana Foster, I'm going to tell you something, champ. Between those two ladies, we've had them on the air, and there's just something about those two ladies. They bring it, they know it, and they feel it. One is getting better at it, and the other one is really good at it. I just want them to be bigger. If I could get CBS to put them on a show, I would say, listen, sign her up, put her in there. Because you help so many people. People write to me, when is her show? Because they feel the confidence. Jordana, I get a ton of stuff on Jordana. She doesn't believe me. And I send it to her, and she says, wait, where'd you make this up? It's not made up. You are affected by how you think. And if somebody tells you you can, if you listen, because we can do a million things right, and you do one thing wrong, and that's all you look at. You don't look at the other million things.
Right.
People write into you all the time. You send it to me, and I think what an honor it is to be you, to make a difference. I always say if you can make a difference in one person's life, you've made a difference. But you get these at least a couple a week.
Yes, yes. People are touched by my message. People feel that I'm reading their minds, that it's resonating, and they want to tell their story too. And so it's beautiful. And this is the whole purpose of my show, is to highlight, you know, people's journeys and struggles and successes and all of that. It's all beautiful. I love it. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to have somebody believe in you. And you guys believed in me. And I thank you for that.
Every show. And I even told you yesterday, I go, no, don't do it that way. What if you got to handle this, you got to handle that? And you said, let me try it. And it was amazing.
I know. Remember, I wrote you, I said, okay, I want to take it to the next level. You said, do
You
this,
did.
this, and this. Look what happened this week.
And you
It was
did.
electric.
It was fantastic, and they were great. And the second act careers is so true. Tony asked me while I was moving cameras around, have you always do this? Have you learned this in junior high? I said, Tony, I never did this. I started working with Freddie when I was 49 years old. And I went to school for this, but for 30 years I didn't do this. I did everything but work this career. And I didn't even know how to turn on the camera. I remember I said, how do you plug it in? He was running late one day. He says, you open the black flap and find the plug. I said, I don't even see the plug. That was what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? And now he goes, and now we have this.
What was your master's in?
Special ed.
And did you take communication?
Yes, my undergraduate was in communications and psychology, and then my master's was in special ed. But I didn't work this for 30 years.
And didn't you work for some news people or something back in the day?
But you think back
Yeah,
in
but
the day,
who'd you
but
work
second
for?
act career.
But who'd you work for? That famous,
What famous?
there was some guy that was famous on TV.
Yeah, that was all
Yeah,
in
well, who
school. That
was
was
it?
like our kids do.
It's like I
here.
tell you, you know, the problem is you don't give credit to that great thing that you did.
Yes, I learned a lot of things. I worked for, remember Michael Putney in Montage, if you guys are from South Florida, that was my internship with Channel 4 in Miami. And then I think, wow, I get to pay this forward with all of my crew here.
Were you with Ralph Frennick? Remember Ralph?
I do. So back in the day and second act careers, and it's totally different when you do this going into your 50s. Your kids are grown. You don't have to worry about making dinner and driving Hebrew school carpool and all the things that we do. It's different point of life.
Tony, it took 4 years. I asked her to come work with me for 4 years. She said no. In the 5th year, the only reason she did it was because she's been interviewing on the show, is producing. And I told the host, if she doesn't do my show first, you're off the air permanently.
Uh-oh.
And so they brought her. And she did 1, then 2, and she stayed. And now it's been close to 7 years. You know, you got to believe in what you do. Because if you don't believe, ain't nobody going to believe it. It starts with you. It all starts
It
with
does.
you.
Starts with you.
And if you can believe,
I think we got to write a song.
You should write a
You
song.
We
should-
should
Oh.
come up. We'll have to come out. It all
You know-
starts with you.
you know, it's
You
funny.
need a jingle?
Oh, a jingle.
It's funny.
Maybe. We'll figure
It's
something
funny.
out.
He says
Ooh,
he
I
doesn't
want a
write
jingle.
music. Maybe we start you with
I
jingles.
haven't written. I've never written music. I love music. I've never.
A jingle.
Well, you know who can write a jingle also was here last week, Johnny Melnick.
No, I don't want Melnick. I
He
want
was
him.
watching the other day. He wrote in.
I want him to learn. I
The-
want him to do jingles.
The funny thing is, I was the Weird Al Yankovic when I was a kid, way before Weird Al Yankovic was there. Me and my brothers were changing words to songs all the time, and he
Yeah, but you
became
don't have the
big, and
hair.
I didn't make it.
You don't have the crazy hair.
Didn't
Yes,
have the
you
crazy
made
hair.
it in a different way.
Oh yeah.
When we go to commercial break, I think Steve Gubb is going to join us.
Do we have
Kenny
a
Love
commercial
just walked in. We have everything we need
Am
to
I
have.
taking us into break here, or?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Yes.
guys. Tony's going to take us into break.
Wait, I need somebody to come out and change the camera.
Send Bree out.
You know, the funny thing is that you have people who are coming through the ranks. You take Slick, who I look like as a son. And my son would tell you, you don't want him to think of you as a son because I make it tough. But you look at them and they're learning. And they're learning from people who have redone it again and again and about to redo it again and get it done right. You want to keep at it. This is not a 30-second job, man. You got to keep at it. Got to find the angles. That guy over there will tell you about changing angles because he does it all the time. He may not be able to drive to the places anymore. It don't mean he ain't gonna go, right?
Yes, I'm learning that you gotta With it.
Persistence.
Stay with it.
Persistence every day, because you never know who that next person you're going to meet
I
is.
could never be a couch potato.
Neither can
Take
he.
it off the couch.
Neither can he. Neither can she. Nobody in this room can be. You wouldn't be in this business if you're a couch potato.
True that. All right, Tony's going to take us out to commercial break. Then we've got
All right.
Steve Gubb on the line, and Kenny Love just walked in. So here we go.
So back in the day, Frank Sinatra was working with a marvelous composer named Antonio Carlos Jobim, and he was doing this bossa nova sound. And this is one of my favorite songs from that album, Sinatra and Jobim. Sing along if you know it, Freddie. I know you know it. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. When she walks, she's like a samba that sways so cool, swings so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. How I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, but she never sees. She never sees me. Come here, Boobala, give me a big hug. Hoy, yoy, yoy. Oh, you smell good. You smell good. Look, he's got the roses. Nice. You too, brother. I love these long intermissions. We can talk, have a coffee. I'll eventually get back to the song, of course. All right, I got to go back to work here, but stay there. All right. Oh, how I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall, tan, young, lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, but she never sees. She never sees me. No, she just doesn't see. She never sees me. Girl from Ipanema.
What a beautiful morning. I am so glad today we got an early start. Where are we headed anyway?
Who knows? Wherever this glorious day takes us, and we'll take Don Pablo along too. Rich and flavorful with low acidity and notes of caramel. No matter where you're going or where you end up, Don Pablo never disappoints.
Excuse me, is that Don Pablo coffee?
Sure is.
Do you have any more?
Sure do. Then hop in.
No matter where life takes you, Don Pablo Coffee is always there to pick you up.
Once a professional musician, artist Steven Zwirn uses his creativity through multimedia artistic expression. His compositions use acrylic paint to create 3D masterpieces. Steven's fascination with brilliant colors and intriguing patterns with jewels and rhinestones entices the eye with color and dimension. For more information on the artwork of Steven Zwirn, contact Steven at 914-656-9060 or StevensWirn, ZWIRN.com.
Here at the Brooklyn Cafe, our subjects range from hot topics, feel-good stories, and back-in-the-day nostalgia. With guest personalities and business features, you just never know who you'll see on the show. With our brew crew on set, we always air live to inspire, educate, and create. Make it a date and have a day at the cafe. Join Dawn and Freddie every weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. and for lunch every weekday from 12 to 2. Amplify your voice. Call us at 866-224-5422 or visit our website at brooklyncafe.tv.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, Freddie, I know this is your favorite song. I had to throw it in here. Quincy Jones. Fly me to the moon. Let me play up there with those stars.
You know Cammy's gonna book him next.
Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Get some snapping out there. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me swing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and I adore. In other words, please be true.
Let's stretch that out.
In other words, I'm in love with you. Here we go, everybody. Let's get some hands going. The Rose Man. Rosebud.
Rosebud. Hey, Rosebud!
Here we go. Fill my heart with song.
He needs space.
Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and I adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I'm in love with you. There's the bell. I gotta go.
Here's the dinner bell, baby.
It's lunchtime.
Lunchtime at the cafe. Wow. See all we're missing now with Steve Gubb. Oh, wait.
Wait.
I think
I see Santa Claus.
we're flying him in.
I see Gubba Claus.
This segment of the show brought to you by
Gubba Rum.
It's
Get your
wicked
Gubba
smooth.
groove on. Get your Gubba weekend on. You haven't had any Gubba today. I'm watching you.
I think Steve's joining us.
Is Steve on?
Give Slick 1 second. I got to tell you, Slick has stepped it up today.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Slick has a big appointment today at 5 o'clock. I'm going to see how much he's stepping it up, baby.
JP, we're going to 5 and 6. No, Steve, we're going to bring Steve over. And how you like it? You want to hire him for your next party?
Yeah, this guy, yes.
Tony, are you available for hire for private parties?
Yes, always available.
Always available. All right.
Day and night and day. You are the one.
Tony, can we officially Tony, can we officially announce that you're going to be here at least once a week? You're going to tell us what day we're going to let people know?
wait on that because I have to figure that out, Freddie. I'd love to do it, but
Well, should I talk to your new PR person over
maybe
here?
talk to the new manager. I got to see if I can pull that off.
We're actually going to be working on our next St. Patrick's Day event, so maybe you'll join us for St. Patty's Day. Eileen,
Let's do a party.
I asked you, but you were on your phone, so you weren't
Oh,
listening.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry. When is it? I
St.
know March
Patrick's Day.
17th, right?
Wednesday, March 17th.
Oh,
St.
okay.
Patrick's Day. We are getting decorated in green balloons by the famous Lady Ashley.
Oh,
And I'm wondering, is Steve
We're
on the
going to have
line
corned
still?
beef and cabbage?
Bring him over.
Let's bring Steve over.
Bring Steve over. 17th of March. What do we have? A little St.
Patty's
Patty's
Day.
Day.
That's
We
what
have
I'm
green
thinking.
beer. Oh, green. I can't
Get some
drink
green
it.
beer, have a little St. Patty's Day. Maybe Tony can come and do some, I don't know.
Do some, I don't know.
I don't know. We need Irish music, or can we go with Frank?
No, we do Frank.
Steve, will you be in town on St. Patty's Day?
As a matter of fact, I
That's
will.
Thursday.
That's what I
March
thought.
17th is
Thursday.
Thursday.
Steve, I
Okay.
just want you to know that we will be having a special seat for you
It's a Thursday.
on
be
St.
here.
Patty's
The one
Day.
you-
It's called the
Is that
Gubba
the one you
seat.
plug in? Did you plug that one in?
Plug a seat in?
No, that's a vibrator. I'm not giving you that.
I'm checking my
No,
mic now.
no,
Okay,
not
no, it's a
exactly.
micro- Let's see.
I have a cocktail for you for St. Patrick's Day.
I was counting on
Well, you're
that.
going to make it here.
Absolutely. You're going to love it.
Fantastic. Now, when Steve is in the house, everything changes. Because the last time Steve was here, he was the bartender. And we had to get Uber to take everybody home.
Yes.
Remember?
Wayne may be in town. Maybe we invite Wayne over also.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Right? Wayne should be
And
back in
and
town
Jay
by then.
Harmon. Hey, the dynamic trio.
So it's
And
Gubba
don't
Love
forget-
today.
Don't forget Kenny Love.
Gubba
Don't
Love,
forget
I
Kenny
love you,
Love.
man. So let me ask you, what, you're ending the school zone again?
I'm not going near
What are you
that
in your
one,
kids'
no.
room again? What happened to the banner?
Well, we don't have. I have all that, but that's downstairs, and I'm upstairs. I didn't have a cocktail ready for today because we did such a good one the other day.
We did.
That, for a Fat Tuesday, I didn't know how to follow it up, but I just made a discovery, and we're going to have one for you on Monday. If I'm invited, that is. I have a cocktail for you for St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, you're always looking gorgeous. It's just that you changed your background, that's all.
No, well, this is the background. I mean, this
That's
isn't
because
the,
his wife is downstairs. She's having company, so they ship
Oh,
it
your
upstairs.
wife's downstairs. Okay. Well, she runs the show. I understand. Happy wife, happy life.
That's right. Absolutely. Always a truism. Always a truism.
I love you, Steve. By the way, I always look for you in the parking lot, just so you know.
I do leave every Kenny. I don't live in the parking lot. I am planning to move the RV into the parking lot early next week, and I'm just stay there till I don't know July until they throw me out. It'll be good.
Do you know, the other day I was thinking of a commercial where I come out to my car in the parking lot, and there's a guy on the side in his car drinking Gubba rum or Gubba Love rum, and it's you. And then you do a testimonial. I don't know. I had this vision the other day. You're like downing Gubba.
Yeah, Kenny, was it a vision or a nightmare? What
No, okay. No, it was a vision of love. I just saw.
Well, I love
Well,
it.
this
That's a great vision.
this hot red car, tops down, you're drinking this Gubba rum, and then you're like, there's nothing like Gubba Love.
Hey, I love that. Hey, Kenny, you know, red is the color of Ferrari. Did it have a little yellow badge on the back of it? That's the key. It would
Are
match
you
the
asking
jacket.
Kenny for a Ferrari? You delicious, but you ain't that delicious.
I'll ask anybody for a Ferrari. I got
You're
Listen-
coming down next weekend, I think, for the Miami Rum Congress, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I got
that's correct.
some breaking news for you.
Yes, sir.
We are going to be putting the Gubba Rum commercial on the Hilton Television Network because they're picking up our show
that's
on their hotels.
Very huge.
Yes,
Very huge.
so that is stage one. I'm going to act like Putin here. I'm going to have stage two. And I'm going to visit the hotels so that we can then see if we can put the bottles in the bars. So that's going to be
love
step
that
2.
idea.
Now, of course, I'm
love
going to
that.
need your assistance when you're here because I am not authorized to motivate people to buy this product. Only you are.
We
But-
can motivate them to buy it. We just can't sell it.
Yeah, I can't sell it. Man. You know me. I get crazy. I begin selling stuff at the. So I'm going to stop myself.
Which Hilton have you spoken to?
It's with Eye on South Florida. We are actually streaming this show right now for them to put it on the air. So it's in test mode, but
Hey,
it's all been
fantastic.
approved. So
We
you
have-
will
that
be
would
part of that.
That'd be a great idea. I'd love to be involved in that, and I thank you very much. That is a great development.
Oh yeah, I have a great development for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. A great
See, if you stick
development.
with us long enough, little by little, we get there.
Yeah, that's right.
Slow and steady
you-
wins
I
the
mean,
race.
I want to say, is this idea half-baked or fully baked? But either way, it's a great development, and I'm thrilled to be. It's a great plan, and I am thrilled to be a part of it.
You see, the bottom line here is a couple of years ago, I told Steve we're going to make Gubba #1 in Florida. And then the virus came along. And I wasn't able to give it away because everybody was ducking, right? So when a great idea is done, half bake and full bake is what I get. Thank you very much. But you know something?
Don't you do everything?
Yeah,
put it
so,
on
no,
the
it's
plate?
all done. It's all done. So you and I, when you come down, we're going to hit a Hilton, and we're going to have a drink at the bar, and then I want to see how good you really are. I think we should take Rosebud with us.
Definitely. Definitely. So, Steve, here's another one. Here's another vision. My vision was. My vision was treat your favorite girl to Gubba Gold and roses. Treat her like a princess.
Is there more? Is there any more?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
For the end of the poem.
Treat her like a
I'm
prince.
waiting for the end of the poem.
That's it. Treat her like a princess. And for Valentine's Day, is that coming up?
We missed it already.
No, for Valentine's Day, again in July, you get a song. There's another one for you, Tony. A song for Gubba Rum. Another. He got all these.
L is for the way you look at me.
There you
No,
go.
not you. I
He's
mean.
going to serenade Ken. I like it.
I like
That's kind of
that.
nice. That was nice. We could ice on that
Ken-
whole serenade
Kenny-
there.
Kenny, the only thing is I see one slight flaw in, I forget if it was your plan or Freddie's plan where, no, I think, Kenny, it was your plan, where Freddie, you, and I are standing together at the bar in the Hilton having a drink, and you're holding a bunch of roses. That one concerns me just a little bit.
Why?
But-
I think that's exactly what we need.
Again, Steve, I'm not invited.
Dawn, oh, no. That one, I'm inviting you right now. I want you there because let's make sure we get everything covered here.
He learned the last time. I got to talk to Francine. First time, you don't mind. By the second time,
No, you're going to be there.
Thank
no
you.
question about it. You are invited. We're going to in fact, we're putting you on a pedestal.
perfect.
See, don't get crazy. All right, relax. Relax. Now you too much smoke up the dress. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to tell you, Kenny Love, the Love Show coming up after us. If there's ever a time in our world right now that needs this man, it is now. And I would be honored to have him with us at the Hilton. And Dawn, you're invited.
Thank you.
And everybody in here is
Oh, I'm
invited.
invited. Thank you so much.
So, Freddie, I was thinking that today, that this is my most important show with what's going on
Oh,
in Ukraine
absolutely.
and Russia.
Absolutely.
That to
Talking
love,
to your mic.
To spread the love.
Or the rum
Just
bottle.
don't drop the
Love.
bottle.
To spread the love in the world with what's going on and how important this show is. So we're going to love Ukraine, Russia, everyone, to bring love, spread love, to bring everybody together. And I have a girl singing from Ukraine on the show. And so it's going to be like it is the most important show. I was thinking out of 100
I have to
shows.
tell you, Kenny, on this morning show, Freddie
Mhm.
actually said, I think I got to be more like Kenny Love. Did you not?
You know what I gave up for Lent? Hate.
You're going to make him cry.
That's what I gave up for Lent. And there's a shirt coming out. It's going to be with your shirt coming out as well because it does all start with you. And I'm giving up hate for Lent. I got to tell you, if there's ever a time the man in the red suit is needed, I will be honored for him to be with us at the Hilton. Not only is people going to come over and take a picture with him, but you know that maybe we just get a message out there, and maybe for a moment, people will stop hating, just for a moment.
Well, you're starting it, Freddie. Maybe everybody for Lent gives up hate and takes on love. I love you, Freddie. I love you so much, Freddie.
I
And
gotta
you
tell
can say
you.
it back. It's okay, Freddie.
I love you. I love you, Kenny.
Yeah,
I
there
gotta tell you.
The love show.
I gotta tell you.
Soon
Wait-
we'll be making another run.
I got Tony.
The love
Tony,
show.
take
Let
it
Bailey
easy.
do the next comic strip as the love show
Why
with
not?
you.
Oh, she's putting him in.
You and Kenny.
I
See,
gotta
there's
tell
my
you.
changing the lyrics again. See, this is how my
Tony,
mind
I gotta
works.
tell you, when I met this guy, I thought he was mentally irregular. A love show. Who the hell does that? You know what? He's on the right path, and the rest of us, including me, was on the wrong path because we don't know how to say I love you back. He's right. Man to man, I say to him, man, my Rican side comes down and says, I gotta tell him, man, I love him. And that becomes the hardest thing for a Puerto Rican to say. And I look at Gubba Rum, who has been with us since the beginning of this mess. And here he is. And you know what, Mr. Gubba, I love you. Because without you, I wouldn't be here. Without you, she wouldn't be here. Without you, he wouldn't be here. And Tony, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them as well. So yes, I do love you, Kenny. I love what you do. I love how you do it. And I'm going to tell you something. I tip my hat. I don't say a word. Anybody says Kenny's wrong, I'm going to show you why he is right.
How can love be wrong?
That's right.
Love is everything. I
Did I
love you
write
so
that?
much, Freddie. And I
We got
love
a lot
you,
of hits we gotta
Eileen.
write, you and I together.
And I love you, Dawn.
Love you too,
And,
Kenny.
you know, it's the hardest thing for a human being to say, I love you. It's easy to say F you. Because
Or I hate you.
Or I hate you. We are FU machines, human beings, but we're not love machines anymore. Little kids are. But when we learn language, we lose it. But now it's coming back to say I love you. It's the new in. Matter of fact, Bree in there is wearing a love shirt. It's
Yes.
spreading everywhere. Bailey says love you. Slick says love you. It's spreading all over. I see it everywhere.
Jeff, did I tell you I love you today, by the way?
Yeah.
You
Love
just
you,
did.
Jeff.
Love you
I
Love
just
you,
want to make
Jeff.
I just want to make sure I love
you,
I
Jeff.
love him.
Yeah. Love you, Eileen. Love you, Freddie. Love you, Dawn.
Love you guys too,
Love
man.
you.
It's what
Love
the
you.
world is
Love you,
made of.
Steve.
Kenny,
I
you're
think
the
we need to
man,
put
and I
Kenny
love
in
you.
with, if we can get a
Love you, love you,
introduction
love
with
you.
him and Mr. Putin there.
We should introduce you to Mr. Putin.
I love Mr. Putin, and I love Mr. Zelensky. I love both presidents because they're human beings. And to me, you know, I actually thought, well, see, again, this is where the hate comes in. See, this is the problem. Hate breeds hate. Okay, people are getting killed, thousands of people, because hate breeds hate. But love breeds love. Like I was thinking at St. Petersburg or Moscow, what would happen if they all gave out roses and said "I love you" to each other?
You're going to
They
serve
wouldn't get
15.
arrested.
You're going to
You'd be-
serve 15 years. You're
you'd
going to
wind
be
up
arrested
in
and thrown
jail.
in jail.
No, you wouldn't.
They
For
throw you
giving
in
out
prison.
roses and saying "I love you" to each other and
Let
saying.
me tell you something, my friend. I went to the
Maybe
dentist
give out
yesterday.
the rum. I think we should give out the rum.
I went to the
And the
dentist
rose.
yesterday,
That's a
and
great
somebody
idea.
from Moscow was on the phone with the Ukraine. On the phone while I was in the dentist's office. And she said, in Moscow, you are going to go to jail if you put down the government or what they're doing, or if you say the word L, which is love. You will serve 15
say
years.
love?
If you say love,
Yeah.
15 years.
That's true.
You will serve 15 years. You know why? Because they don't want you. Even religion. If you say I believe in God, you serve 15 years.
but this
In
is not
Moscow.
about God. It's just saying "I love you" to each other. We're all brothers.
I'm
and
telling
sisters.
you, they don't want affection. They want the steal right now because they're in the midst of something that they created and they're in trouble with this thing. But anyway, forget about that. Let's talk about this. In this country, can we like turn the page and stop hating one another? Can we do that? Can we do that just for a little bit?
Well, just start loving each other and saying "I love you" to each other.
Man, that's a big tall
Saying
order.
"I love you"
That's-
to each
Slick,
other.
you love him.
Saying "I love you" to
I
each
do
other.
love
I love
Slick.
Dawn so much. Dawn,
I love you too, Kenny.
there we go, Dawn.
I
There
got
we
no
go.
problem saying it. And I see Steve Gubb, when he comes down, we go to dinner. Yeah, we didn't invite you to the last one either, right?
No.
He
Bad.
picked it. That wasn't my fault. It was him.
And she still loves you, in spite of that. Oh, come on,
He
Dawn.
knows I love him.
Don,
Yeah, see?
you are, I am officially inviting you to join Freddie and Linda and I and a cast of thousands, because I don't know who's going to be available. We're going to have a cocktail. We're going to have dinner. I don't know where. I guess it might be at the Hilton, wherever.
No. We set where. We already set where. We're going to the
okay.
steakhouse.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. Shame on me. We're going to go to this. We're going to. We have a special place already picked out. We want you to join us. In fact, we want.
Matter of fact,
we want you there. Wait a minute, Dawn. We want you there so badly because, frankly, we're looking forward to having you pick up the check.
I figured. They just want me to pay the bill, Eileen.
So, Steve, I love you so much. So, Freddie, you design a poster that says Gubba Rum loves you. And I'll print it for free, and we'll put it on top of that End School Zone thing. Gubba Rum loves you. Let me tell you, you want to be number one? Gubba Rum loves you. Spread the love of Gubba Rum.
Where's he going?
Take it down. That's his son's room.
But I'll print it, and we'll send it up to him. Gubba Rum loves you.
How old is your son?
Well, he put that up about 20 years ago. He's fabulous, and it's nailed to the door, so I can't just take it off.
That is hilarious.
So on top of it, we'll put Gubba Rum loves you, and they'll design it. I'll print it for free. We'll send it up to Boston. So every time you come on the show, it says Gubba Rum loves you.
Isn't it funny how we never change our kids' rooms? They're married, they got kids, you got a beautiful granddaughter, but the End School Zone sign is still there.
What if he comes back? Then
What if he's coming back?
What if he comes back?
They do come back.
I mean, if you ran a campaign, Gubba Rum loves you, you're number one. You're spreading love all over Florida.
Okay, that's a great idea. I love that idea. I love the idea of love.
He loves the idea of love.
I got to tell you. When are you coming back?
Thursday.
This Thursday coming?
Yes, sir.
I think that you're going to be celebrating my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
And we're going to be celebrating your birthday.
When is yours?
19, 24.
Oh, wow.
7. When is yours?
16.
16.
Wow.
Anybody else got a birthday in
Steve's
here?
was yesterday.
Well,
Tony, you're going to have to block a day where we have you sing all day.
St. Patty's Day. Why don't we do it?
Vocal cords pop out.
Until they pop out. I want to bring in the chairs out.
So why
I
don't
wanna
you
do
come
a
on my show
whole-
next week and sing happy birthday to all of them on the show?
Playing something out. That could be
Yeah, sing happy birthday to all of them. 19th, 17th.
The
and
pressure's on,
24th.
Tony. The
Committed.
pressure's
He's
on.
not committing.
He's
to
not
Yeah.
committal.
anything.
He's got to talk to his manager.
He's not committal.
Not
That's all a negotiation ploy. He's
Yes.
like, I can't do
I
that. What is
know.
wrong with these guys?
Yeah, it's
Manager,
a good idea, but
take
let
care
you
of
know.
business.
Let you know.
Is that okay,
Got
Jeff?
to check his very busy
Is that
schedule.
okay?
Steve,
Can
how
you
was
come
Fat
on the
Tuesday
show?
for you?
Sing I love you to you, and I
Excuse me?
love you to Dawn, and I love you to
We'll
Freddie.
talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Steve, how was
How
Fat
was Fat
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
Tuesday is the 17th, isn't it?
No,
It's the
Fat
same-
Tuesday. Was it good? Did
The
you get New Orleans, the whole Fat Tuesday Mardi Gras feel?
It was great. And Fat Tuesday was fun. We had a good time.
Is-
time.
Is,
Yes.
is New Orleans open to you again?
Yeah, we're in fact Kim Brown, who works with me in New Orleans, was at Britannia Bar on Britannia Street in New Orleans, having a grand old time at a Fat Tuesday celebration. So it was great. It worked out really well, and looking forward to doing more in New Orleans. We're also working with somebody in Chicago on an internet radio show. We're working with Denise, of course, tonight. Her show will be at 7, and I'm a very proud sponsor or co-sponsor of her show tonight, and for the next month and a half at least. So we're trying to kick things back into gear.
Very nice.
I'm going to introduce you to somebody who is actually doing shopping on Saturdays. You know who that is? She just landed a humongous contract in St. Petersburg and in Atlanta. I don't know how this translates to you, but I'm going to let you figure it out with her.
What does she do? I don't understand.
She does a shop center for over
It's like a flea market, like a farmer's market, flea market.
like a business market. Don't say flea market around her.
Business market.
Business market. Over 300 vendors.
Oh, that's very impressive. Dawn, let me ask you a question. Is that the same as the folks down on Sample Road and that large marketplace that we
No,
discussed?
actually, this is everything that you do need.
Oh, it is? Okay, because that's a significant difference.
This is everything that you do need, but never knew you needed it.
At Sample Road?
Like butter, like
Oh, yeah.
soaps.
Yeah.
All small businesses that are really working hard in Tampa because people couldn't afford overhead of rents. So she's been able to bring them all outside in like a cottage industry situation and put it all together outside.
Yeah, the whole thing with the rent thing has boggled my mind for about 30 years because I used to be in the real estate business. I never understood why a landlord who has a successful ongoing tenant raises a rental rate such that the tenant has to move out and then the space stays open for 2 years.
Because they take it as a loss.
They write it
Because
off
you're
as a loss.
Yeah, I mean, but you write it off as a loss. That's great, but you know what? You never recover from that loss. You can't get the money back unless you triple and quadruple the rent. It doesn't work. I've never understood the formula. I've never agreed with it, and I believe me, in that situation, I'm pro tenant in that. Stay in business. Hey, landlord, make money. Stay in business. It works for everybody. Don't become so greedy that you're trying to rent empty space for 5 years. There's a place right down the street from me. This an old restaurant's been empty for 5, 6, 7 years now.
Well,
Crazy.
Steve, Studio B is always open for you.
Well, thank you so much.
Last week it was so busy. Steve was in Studio B. Gina comes in with her husband on a 5 o'clock on Thursday. They go, "Where are we going to sit?" I go, "Studio B's taken. You can sit in the lobby." So he plugs his
And they
Wi-Fi. I
did.
feel like we had joint space here the other day.
And they did. And you were kind enough to let me work there, and I appreciate it.
We are going to have service. We're going to have liquor and food service for you in Studio B.
And you have the never mind. Well, no. Anyway, it sounds great.
All right, Steve, I'm glad you're coming back on Thursday. It'll be nice to see you again.
It'll be great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much
Love
for
you,
joining
Steve.
us.
Love you, love you, love you.
Tony, you want to
Double
take us out
love.
for one
Well,
more
before
song?
let's
Miss
get
you,
Tony ready.
Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll get Tony ready
Let's
to
get
get
Tony
ready
ready.
to
I
go
want
for
to
one
ask. I want to ask. What's
Kenny?
his face? Kenny. You have Kendra singing today, yes?
Yes, I do. I have Kendra singing today, and she's going to sing all her love songs. They're beautiful. She even has a song called Pure Love, which is just, I mean, it's so gorgeous, and she's amazing. And, yeah, we're going to be loving Ukraine and also loving Women's History Month. By the way, happy Women's History Month, Dawn and Eileen. And just celebrating women and loving women for Women's History Month. So
I think we
it's
should always
perfect to have
celebrate and
Kendra.
love women.
Yeah.
And men. I think we should celebrate and love everyone all the
Nah,
time.
not
Yeah.
men. Men get it 365 days a
Yeah,
year.
but
I think we
March
should
is-
celebrate women
Yeah,
and
so
be
we're
more
gonna love
appreciative
women
of it.
and yeah.
Absolutely.
So happy Women's History
Because it all
Month.
starts with you.
Love you, love you, love you.
I got to
It's
tell you,
all
it really does. I mean, I
Mhm.
must use your phrase about 100 times a day
Mm-hmm.
because it hits such a point with everybody. So, all right, so we're gonna go to Tony.
We're going to go to Tony.
Steve, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Love you, Steve. Love you.
All right, everyone, we're going to wrap up today's show with Tony Quarantini. Have a great day, everyone. Tune into the Florida Love Show.
And we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Jerome Kern, Dorothy Fields. Someday, when I'm awfully low and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Come on, everybody. Get those fingers going again. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. Now we'll sway a little bit. Come on, Kenny, get up here. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart.
that wrinkles your nose. It touches my foolish heart. Come on, Kenny. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. This is a good opener song for him. Come on, let's kick. Yeah. I got the love bug. Rosebud. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose. It touches my foolish heart. Not bad. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight. Good job, Love Bug.
Love you.
You've been listening to the Brooklyn Cafe After Hours, where all truth is mentioned on Real Radio.
Join us next time as we get to highlight our community, share some ideas, and always a little bit of hope on WWNN Real Talk Radio.
And as always, don't be late.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and